Hello everyone, welcome back again to Selenium WebDriver with Java Season 21. In today's session, you will learn how to handle tooltip in Selenium WebDriver version 4 with Java. A tooltip is a small text pop-up that users can view when they hover over a specific web element like button, image, link, etc. These small pop-ups provide short and precise contextual text that helps user to understand what the web element is all about. Tooltip are displayed automatically when user hover the pointer over an object and are removed when user clicks on control or move the mouse or when tip times out. So there are a couple of elements you might see in few of the website, right? Whenever you are just like hovering over the pointer to that particular element, you could able to see some text inside that, and this text will give you information that what is this element all about, what are the different attribute and other stuff you can get, what are the different operation you can do on this element. Like that you could see here in this particular website, if you just mouse over normal element you are not getting anything, okay, because there is no tooltip associated right here. But these are the different element wherever you could see. As and when you are mousing hovering, right, you will be sometime, right, the color of the element might get changed and some text will be displayed like that, and you could able to validate the text and you can get to know what are the element all about. Okay, so as and when you are just moving your cursor or pointer out of the element, automatically tooltips get disappear, and whenever you are pressing the pointer to the element, your tooltip is getting appeared. So that is the way tooltips will be there, and we can handle this tooltip using Selenium WebDriver. So tooltips are traditionally implemented as a title attribute to an element. So most of the time, wherever tooltips is available, those element will be having some title, and the value of this attribute was shown as a tooltip on mouse over. This is the static text giving information of the element with no styling. For accessing or verifying the static tooltips which are implemented using the HTML title attribute, user can simply use the get attribute title method. Get attribute, and here you can pass the title as an attribute method of the element. The return value of the method, which is a tooltip text, is compared with an expected value for the verification. So this is the one approach. Now let's see the implementation with the title part. Another approach we will be doing it later. So this is the website you can go. So I did already created a new class called Handle Tooltips, and we have created a object or instance for the WebDriver interface, and maximizing the browser and launching that page, opening the page. Now let's try to identify this particular text, and where you could see as and when you are like hovering over, right, or pressing the pointer here, mouse pointer, automatically text is being displayed. Let's identify the element first. So what is that? There is a class available, ID available called button. So I can try to right, create the identify the element with the help of the button. So button one, definitely it should be unique here. Let's see. You could see one out of one element is being displayed. So let's try to create a web element first. Web element, say tooltip on top. This is the object I can create, equal to driver dot find element. I can call by dot id. What is the id? Id is nothing but the button one. That id, that is the I can identify the element. Now what I can get, right, to get that tooltips. So we can call that variable, and we can call that the get attribute method. You could see return type is string. So I can give something called title, and I can store in some string variable. So string actual tooltip. Okay, and I can also store the as a variable what is the expected tooltip. Let's store in some expected tooltip variable, then we can compare it. Okay, we can print out as well. So title of the top tooltip element is. Okay, then I can concatenate with the variable. Sorry, my bad. I can just concatenate with the actual title tip, actual tooltip. With the help of this variable, I can end this colon. Now, what we can do, we can expected tooltip, we can store it. So, what is the expected tooltip? You could see as when mousing over, or you can get the here text is title attribute is not here. Okay, but still we can, with the help of the title attribute, we can still get the tooltip. Okay, let's mouse it over here. Okay, tooltip on top, so you can just store it on top. Let's see again, tooltip on top. So this is the expected one. Now what I can do, I can use a if loop. If my actual tooltip equal, or you can use equal ignore case. Okay, ignore case means only just lowercase uppercase will be right ignored. You can use equal, or you can use equal ignore case, that's better. Okay, and I can give the expected tooltips. Now in case it is matching, what I'll be doing, I'll be printing out something in the console called uh, test case passed. Okay, and tooltip matched. Else what I can do, I can go with the else part. Okay, test case fail, tooltip does not matched. Now let's run the code and let's see what's happening here. So it will open the browser, it will load the page, it will just simply try to get the title of the tooltips, and it will match it with the expected result, and it will give you the thing, right? Okay, what is the problem? Tooltip we have given in, okay, but it is coming as on, right? So my bad. So you could see title of the tooltip element is coming as tooltip on the top, but it is getting fail. Why? Because tooltip does not match. We have given here wrong value, expected one. So you can change it also. Now I can run it again. Let's close this one. Now let's run it again. Now test case should pass. Okay, in case any mismatch, that is the you can add the assertion as well at a point of time. Okay, that whether your title or the tooltips is getting match or not. So this is the way. Some of the times, in case there is title attribute not available, also still the title also, with the help of the get attribute title method, we can get the text of the tooltips. Okay, but other option we will check. What is the other options? Other options I already mentioned here. This is the most important option to handle the tooltips in Selenium. First, you need to create an object or instance of the actions class. Then you need to find the element and store in some web element. So you already identify the element and store it here. Now we'll create an object or instance for the actions class. Here I can provide the driver object. Just pass it. That's all. Now what I need to do, I need to import that actions class from the org.open.selenium interaction packages. Now I identify the element, and I also created the object or instance from the actions class. Now using the actions class object, we need to move to the element to handle tooltips using move to element method. Right? So what I will be doing now, with the help of the actions class object dot move to element. Okay, here you could see move to element, and here we need to give the element reference. Okay, then dot perform method. Dot perform means your cursor will like go to the element, it will like try to click on that. Okay, automatically as and when your cursor is going to the element, moving over to the element, automatically your text inside that as a tooltips will be displayed here, and we can print it out. So what we can do, we can call that getText method, and we can get the value. So what we can do, we can just use SOS method to print out the tooltips. We can give something called tool tip text for top tooltip for top option tooltip, and I can concatenate with the variable whatever we have done. And now after that we need to give dot get text method. Okay, it will be giving you string value. Now you can get the tooltips and print it out. If you want to again just do some assertion, or if you want to just validate it, you can also do it with the help of the if else loop. Now let's run it and let's see what's happening here. To open the page, it will identify the element first. Now it will perform right mouse it over. You could see move to the element and trying to right release your keys on that particular option, and you could see text is also get displayed tooltip on top. And now to use this text you can able to print it out in the console, or you can store in some variable. After that you can just validate it also. So tooltip for the top option, tooltip text for top option. Similarly, if you want to go for the other option, maybe let's go for the other option, tooltip on HTML with HTML part. Let's click here and let's see. Okay, what are the way we can do it. Okay, there's an ID available called button 5. Okay, or I can create a XPath if required. Okay, with the help of this button, or I can directly identify with the help of the button. So let's identify it with the help of the button 5. Create a web element tooltip with HTML. Okay, here what is the sorry tooltip with HTML, there is no space. Okay, what is the attribute ID button 5, so I can just copy it and I can change it. Now simply, okay, here also I can, if I want to get the tooltip text, I can just use this I can just pass this variable actions class object dot move to element, then web element reference dot perform. Now tooltips text for HTML option you can get the value. Okay, here if required the first tooltips will be clicked. After that we can wait for 2 seconds if required, so that you could see that both the tooltips are working. 3 seconds we can wait it. Okay, so what will be happening? So first tooltip top will be identified. It will be just your cursor will go there and it will highlight it automatically. Tooltips will be displayed after the wait for 3 seconds, and then it will be going to the other element and it will print out the value also, and it will highlight it also like HTML tooltips. Now let's run it and let's see what's happening here. So you could see tooltip on the top is getting highlighted after 3 seconds. Again, other tooltip is getting highlighted, and also tooltip text also you are able to see it. Tooltip with HTML. So that is the way, right? In case some element is available with tooltips, as and when you are hovering over to the element, some text might be like displayed, and with which you can get some information about the element and you can do the interaction accordingly. So there are two approach available. One is in case there is title attribute available, right? You can try to use that get attribute method. You can get the title as a tooltips. Apart from that, you can create an object container of the actions class. Then you can call move to element method, and it will be your tooltips, your object will be highlighted, and your tooltips you could able to see it, and also you can get the text of the element as a tooltips. Okay, so that's all from today's lesson, guys. Thank you.